Hey guys, it's Chris Wong here, and I'd like to talk about RRSP mistakes I think people make, or mistakes I used to make. Now, as a disclaimer, I'm not a financial planner or an advisor. I'm just a guy who's interested in building a portfolio. So one of the mistakes I made in the past was contributing money only to the RRSP savings account the bank offers. And the reason why I think it's a mistake is because the money that grows in the account is very slow if it does grow at all. The interest rate usually offered, it varies year by year, but it's very low, and I've never seen it higher than maybe 3%. That's not even enough to match inflation, and that's not even enough to match the rise in prices that happens over time. And who knows what the price is going to be 30 or 40 years later in life. So contribute 10,000 into the account, and then that same $10,000 that you're hoping to use 30 or 40 years later, just because you wanted a tax refund presently, it's going to feel more expensive because that same $10,000 that you could use to buy the same thing in the present time, you're not going to get the same thing in 30 or 40 years. Another thing I think people make as a mistake is just contributing just for the purpose of reducing their tax payable, or just because they want a higher refund. So again, with the $10,000 example, so let's say I contribute $10,000 just to get a refund of say $2,000 or $3,000. I don't know if that's going to happen. It just depends on the income, depends on age, or whatever factors take place on the income tax program. I'm not really a tax person. I'm just a guy who fills my own taxes using Simple tax. I think it's also important to balance out how much money to save for retirement, just because you want to get a tax refund, and how much money you need presently or in the next few months. Because it doesn't make sense to me at times to contribute $10,000 to avoid, say, a $2,000 tax payable. And chances are, when it comes time to withdrawing from the RSP, you're going to have to pay more taxes than the amount of benefits you got in the present time. Because income may change. You may get a new job. The tax laws change all the time. So I think it's very important when you use your RSP to take advantage of investment accounts. I think another mistake people make when it comes to tax refunds is not using the tax refund for investment purposes. I've talked to people and they said they need their tax refund to pay off their credit card bill, or they used the tax refund to treat themselves. So even before I got into investing, I used to look at tax refunds as extra money to put aside to save for any emergencies. I never use it to treat myself, and I only use my income from work to treat myself if I want to. And the main reason why I think we got to be investing, especially in the RSP account, or if you're going to use your RSP account for investing purposes, is to beat inflation, or to match inflation at least. Because everything is going to get more expensive, and 30 years, 40 years, or depending on when you start, hopefully you start as early as possible. It's a very long time for the investments to grow. And depending on the style, now the style I prefer is monthly cash dividends every single month. I get all my advice from watching Adrian from Passive Income Investing. And actually watching his channel, he's the reason why I actually decided to use my RRSP account again. Now, if you don't get a tax refund by contributing to your RSP, or you have to contribute too much, then it is a decision you have to make based on who you work with, how much money you make, and do you have enough money in order to support yourself if you contribute a lot of money while still following the rules of contributing to an RSP. So I build it for the purpose of taking advantage of the benefits of investing in US listed ETFs or funds, just to take advantage of not getting the 15% withholding tax. And I'll talk more about that in future videos. But as of right now, I hope you guys are all informed about this advice about using the RSP investment accounts. And if you did like the video, please hit a thumbs up on the screen. And please subscribe to my channel if you're interested in learning more about investing or any more about trying to build wealth. Thank you guys for watching.